Welcome to another episode of Futureproof Careers, the podcast where we dive deep into the dynamic world of work, spotlighting the journey, challenges, and triumphs of those shaping industries from the ground up. Today, we're turning our focus to the robust world of construction, a sector that builds more than just structures. It's building the future. I'm your host, Brian, and joined with me is my co-host, Minnie. And today, we bring to you an exciting conversation that's all about laying a strong foundation. It's not just building, but it's careers. Joining us today is a special guest who knows a thing or two about the power of hard work and the impact of social media and traditional trades. Dre Moore, known on TikTok as CEO Dre Moore, to his online followers. He's a young entrepreneur, construction worker who's been electrifying the construction scene, quite literally. He's from East St. Louis, Illinois, and at just 25, he's not only shaping the physical landscape, but also how we view careers in construction through his influential social media presence. Dre, if you could, man, make a formal introduction, tell the folks, introduce yourself, and fill us in.
Uh, Man, I'm Dre Moore. My real name is Mondre, but I go by Dre. Childhood growing up, I went by Mondre, and I tear it down even shorter because it sounds better, Dre. But I'm 25 years old. My birthday, July 1st, East St. Louis, Illinois. Um, I'll be moving around a lot, so like I work in between states, like not in between like multiple states, but just two, Missouri and Illinois. So I also travel like a little bit when I'm doing my work, my line of work. But yeah, I got one kid. Man, I do graphic design. This is my logo right here on my shirt. I do a little graphic design here and there, a little side hustles.
So, jack of
I got
all trades.
I got a clothing line. It's called Emotionally Scarred. I had started after my uncle passed away, and I feel like it took an impact on me, so I like expressed myself through that.
Okay,
But
okay, okay. So,
yeah, I be
man,
trying a little bit of everything though.
hey, you got to a jack of all trades, brother. That you got to dibble and dab to really find where you're actually truly good in. So, with that being stated, I appreciate you again joining us today on this amazing conversation. Minnie, could you go ahead and kick us off? I know you had a question for Dre in regards to his journey.
Made you choose this field? Like, what about it is interesting to you, appealing to you, and how did you make that change?
Like joining construction.
Yeah.
Uh, it started out really in high school. I graduated 2017, and I took a construction class because I saw my older brother. He was like 2 years ahead of me. I saw him and my cousins and like his friends joining construction in school. So I'm like, I want to try it, and I ended up like being in the class with them and everything, and I fell in love with. It. I'm like, bro, this is something I could do every day. Like, I enjoy my job, and like it's interesting, like so many different things that you see. Like I be going around, like looking at buildings I've built before. The last 3 years I've been doing it, and I be like, that's amazing. Like without us, ain't nothing else gonna be able to, like ain't no plumbers gonna come in after us. I mean, if it ain't from us, if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no plumbers, it wouldn't be no electricians, it wouldn't be no roofers, and none of that. It'll be like the foundation, and like that make me feel good when I see my work. So like, you know, I like to
Okay,
see
okay, okay.
progress. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when it comes down to construction, I know there's many different roles, especially starting out a building. Like you just stated, if it's not for you guys laying the foundation and getting the frameworks of the building or whatever structure that you guys are building, everyone else cannot pretty much function all the other trades. So, what segment do you specialize in, if you don't mind us asking?
Wood framing.
Wood framing?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do
okay, okay. So,
walls.
so
Yeah, we do the
like
walls, roof,
carpentry.
flooring. Yeah, carpentry. I'm a carpenter.
Okay, okay, okay. So with that being stated, what drew you to, carpentry versus like concrete, those guys pouring, the foundation, rebar and all that. What made you decide to go into, the carpentry line of construction? Because like I stated, and like you stated earlier, there's many different lines when building a building. What made you want to focus on framing and being a carpenter?
Uh, probably because I tried it out and it was like so many different ways you can like frame. Like it ain't just like throwing up walls and throwing up a roof. You got like so much other stuff to it too that I didn't know about. Like we put windows in, we put doors in. It's just like you're gonna be versatile. When you do framing, you're gonna be versatile. You're not gonna be sticking to just one thing. You're gonna be doing something different every day. Like I like to challenge myself, and I'm a hard worker. So like when I'm put into a situation where I need to work hard and I need to like use my mind, it make me excited. Like I get excited from stuff like that. Like it put me to the test. Like see how hard I can work.
Okay, okay, okay. With that being said, Manny, anything that you want to go ahead and add? Because I
Yeah,
got so many questions over
yeah,
here for Dre.
yeah, I do. So, how has technology shaped your field? Like, has anything been evolved better, or is it like over the years has things changed, shifted?
Yeah, it have like it's different because I do more than one type of building. So like one day I'll be building a house, 2 3 months down the line I'll be building an apartment, and then I built an automotive shop before, and I never thought I'd be doing stuff like that. So like it help you grow. Like you don't just be like doing just one building. Like I build a store, I could build like anything, and technology just made it easier. Like as far as more as the air guns we don't have to use nails anymore to use our hammer to drive our hammer with it. We don't really have to use our hammer too much. We got like drills that we can drill into concrete to put screws down into it. Like it's a lot of stuff that come with it.
Okay,
Like
okay.
machinery, there's a lot of machinery involved.
So, if
So,
go ahead, Brian.
nah, go ahead, Manny.
Yeah, so if anyone is looking to enter into this field, what are some of the things that they have to like mentally prepare themselves to succeed? To succeed?
Good days, they gotta prepare themselves for good days and bad days. It ain't always sunny. And when it's storming, you might not be able to work. Or if it's muddy, you might have to work. So you gotta be prepared for stuff like that. Sometimes I'll be like, bro, it's a little bit too much sometimes, but you gotta keep on pushing because like it's gonna be all right though. So you gotta be prepared like for good days and bad days. It ain't always just AC blowing and nothing like that. You gotta be prepared for it to be hot, too cold. Different temperature changes.
Okay, okay. So this is my question for you. Walk me through that first job site that you hopped on, your first construction site. Were you mentally prepared already for those good days or bad days, or what did you have to get, or what did you have to do in order to prepare yourself mentally to say, I'm gonna stick with this?
I just thought about it. I'm like, I've been trying to get into this a long time. I'm like, bro, this is something I want to do. So whether it come easy or hard, I gotta continue to keep on doing it because I heard good things about it later on down the line. Like the reward come later. It ain't always about just the money. So when I first got on my job site, I'm like, why am I not doing what everybody else doing? I'm like packing lumber. I'm doing like drilling, holding concrete all day, 8 hours a day, and it was just like a lot. I'm like, bro, like how do they get through this? Like, how do people do this every day? And then I thought about it, like, you're gonna be able to grow later on. It come with it later, like so you gotta stick through the hard times. Like you gotta work under somebody else before you can work over somebody. You gotta be a follower before a leader. So so my first job
Okay,
site, I asked my boss one time, I'm like, why are you working me harder than everybody else? He said because I see something in you that I don't see in nobody else. I was showing up to work 30 minutes early, still driving an hour to work. So I was leaving out the house an hour and a half early every day. Like just I had to drive.
okay. So would you say your willpower is that the one thing that really helps you continue to thrive within your environment? The
Yeah,
willpower inside yourself to say, you know what, I'm gonna continue to push. And would
yeah,
you say that's probably the biggest thing that an individual should have coming into this field?
yeah. You got to be prepared for people to yell at you and stuff. Like it's not like a normal job. You gotta like You gotta like go through a lot. Sometimes people gonna call you stupid, or they, like they gonna say stuff to you that you don't want to hear. And it's kind of like you on a football team, or you're an athlete or something. Like they push you to your max. That's how it is out there.
Okay, okay. Okay. Hey,
In the
I know
beginning, it's
someone
rough.
in our audience right now is probably thinking about it. It's like, you know what? I can deal with it. I play, sports, and if that's the case, I think that may be the line of profession for me,
Yeah.
especially if I'm gonna be able to learn everything from the ground up. So, my next question for you is like, what was the decision of, leveraging social media, and how has it influenced your career in construction?
It influenced my career construction because I made posts before. I don't post about it too much because I don't record all the time when I'm at work. Sometimes I be too busy to record or something. But it'd be like some people be amazed. They'd be like, "Oh, that's how it looked before you put drywall up," or you know how like when you see stuff from the guts, it look totally different from the finished product. So like people motivated me. They be like, "You doing good? You doing good?" Like if I post on Facebook, my family members see that. They don't see that every day. They be like, "Oh, so you over other people?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm over other people." Like when people comment good stuff about it, it make you want to go harder. Like I gotta push to the next level now. I gotta get more content of me working out there. Like if this motivate them to go to work and work hard, then I'm gonna keep on pushing it out. So like just posting on
Okay,
Facebook or
okay.
posting on TikTok,
Well,
getting good
many.
comments.
Okay. Well, I know someone right now is probably getting up, about to go to work themselves this morning, and it's pretty much, hearing this conversation and saying, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and start recording myself working right now. And it may be able to be something else. I may be able to break into content creation, because that's another thing that you're doing as well. You're a content creator that has a major following also. So seeing that you were able to take what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and also implement that into your content creation, I feel like that definitely will provide, some type of guidance and beacon of light for someone out there right now that's trying to figure out, man, this is a grueling grind. I'm beating my body up day in and day out. I'm doing, sometimes if I'm coming in, I'm doing the same thing over and over. Like you said, drilling holes all day.
Yeah.
At least now I can record it, highlight this, and show somebody from the ground up. So, okay, okay. Well, Minnie, I'm gonna pitch it over to you right now. I know you're listening, and you're over there right now, probably taking a ton of notes for Dre. So,
Exactly what you felt after your first job. What was the feeling you had?
I was like, it's time to take it to the next level. I got put on an even bigger job after that. I got put on like my biggest job because I went from building like small senior living homes. I went to building a 5-story apartment building right after that. And I was like, okay, it's time for me to get busy. Like I can get dirty now. I get my own hands dirty instead of watching somebody else do most of the work. And they was like, okay, you've been doing it a little
okay,
time now. We're gonna move you up a little bit.
okay, okay.
So I was
So,
excited.
Frequently do you see growth happening?
Huh?
How frequently does that growth happen? Like you get to a bigger job. How, like, what is the duration between moving from one level to the next level?
You can be put on the next job like really fast, faster than you think because we got a lot of people in the trade, so they might need you somewhere else. Like you could be on one job tomorrow and then be on a different job the next day. But until you get with that one boss that like likes you and stuff, and he feel like you're a good fit with his crew, he gonna keep you on the crew, and then you'll be there probably the next year or something like that. So like you move around a lot, and
okay, okay,
I was on the job halfway through before I got took off and sent somewhere else because somebody told me. He walked up like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you with me tomorrow to build this house." And like on houses, you learn more than you learn on the big job. People don't even know that.
okay, okay. So my question right now, for someone wanting to break into construction, did you have to go to like trade school to learn this, or did you take an apprenticeship, or is this all, self-taught and learning on the job?
What makes it so crazy? I was just talking about this the other day. My cousin just started, but he went through a program. I went through a program when I first started. It was like an 8-week class, some 10-week class, something like that. But they help you get a job and teach you the basics of it. But I didn't even get my job through them. So I feel like I wasted my time, but I still got a little more knowledge than I had before. So my advice to anybody trying to get into the trade is just join your local union. Join the union, carpenter union, whatever union you want to join, and you learn more on the job than you do like going to a program. Like all you gotta do is be prepared, show up on time, and be ready to work. And they're gonna teach you everything you need to know as you go.
Okay. Now, another question for those that are looking to go ahead and break into it. You just heard them say it. You don't necessarily have to go to trade school. You just have to have the willpower to go out and take action on it. If this is something that you wanted to do, go network in your local community, get out there to the unions, introduce yourself, network, put yourself out there. And once you're out there, take advantage of the opportunity given. And hard work does pay off, but don't look for overnight success. So my next question for you, when it comes down to it, you know, ultimately, is it a rewarding career thus far for you? Would you say it's something that you can see yourself doing for the next 15, 20 years, starting your own construction company? Is this something that you feel like you're actually a lifer?
Yeah, I can see me doing that right now because actually I've been doing it 3 years now, and they want me to have my own crew on the job site. But I feel like right now it's just a lot. I know I'm good and all, but it's a lot right now. Like you can't just take on that if you're not ready for it. So in the long run, it's gonna be rewarding for sure. Like when I first started off, I was making half what I'm making now, but
Okay,
it can get you where you want to be for sure. I know people like a lot of people that I work with. They own their houses. They built their houses from now. They built their house from ground up. They got boats and everything. But to get to that level, you got to keep going. You can't just expect it to happen like fast. The apprenticeship program is 3.5 years before you journey out. So you'll start at low 20 maybe, and you'll be at like 40 if you stick through that though. Like you get like a raise every. You go to school as you work, right? So you go to school every 3 months. Every time you go to school, it's a half a credit. We get college credits for going to school. So every 2 times you go to school, you get a raise. So as long as you stick through that, you gonna work up that ladder for sure.
okay, okay. So realistically, someone's coming in that is working at Walmart, say working at FedEx, doing a package handling gig that is making $17 an hour, they can go join an apprentice program, start out in the low 20s and work themselves up to $40
Yes,
roughly.
it can be
Okay,
40 or more. You can be making probably 50, 60 if you become a boss. But it's all about the drive that you have. Like you got to be willing to learn, you got to be willing to listen, and you got to know that you're never gonna know everything. So you're always gonna be willing to educate yourself. Like to be educated, you got to listen to other people over you. Don't think you know everything because nobody knows everything. It's always changing.
okay.
Got it.
Okay.
How
Now,
important?
right now, what you're seeing in the industry, because you're an insider, you know what is really going on. From what we see on the news, most of construction workers and most of the trades are in their mid to late 40s, entering their 50s. Are you seeing a lot of younger generations entering into the trades right now, or is there still a strong demand out there in your region?
Yeah, it's a lot of young people joining right now, but at the same time, like you probably have maybe two, three older people joining, probably like 30 or 40. But yeah, for right now, it's like a lot of young people joining. And recently, we had a lot of high school people like just graduate and join. So it's in between.
Okay, okay. So, Manny, I see you got a question here. Go ahead and shoot away.
How important is it to have a mentor or somebody leading the way for you? Or can you succeed without anyone to guide you?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, how important is it to have a mentor or
A
someone to
mentor.
like coach you or guide you? Yeah,
You know how is it having one?
yeah,
Um, Sometimes you don't have that. Like a lot of times you probably do have that, but it's 50-50. Like you might meet somebody who's been on the job 20 plus years, but they don't want to teach you everything they know because they're scared that you might take their job from them. So it be some people that be willing to teach you, and some people just want you to, you know, mess up on your own and learn on your own. And it sometimes it be hard because like you look up to people like that. Like growing up, I had people I looked up to who was doing better than me. I wanted to be, taught by. But when you get out there, it's different. It's like people don't want to teach you sometimes, or if you don't know enough or you don't pick up on time, your boss feel like that you're not working hard.
Yeah, we lost you there a bit. Repeat that for us, Dre.
Oh, I said sometimes you got people that are willing to teach you, and sometimes you got people that are not willing to teach you because they feel like you will take their position in the company. So you might run into somebody who
Okay.
will teach you everything they know, but then again, on another job site, they don't want you to know nothing because they fear that they will lose their job if they teach you too much. So it's 50-50. Sometimes you have people to look up to, sometimes you don't have people to look up to. You gotta just the best way to learn is to mess up. So
Okay. Okay. So you hear that, folks. The best way to go ahead and learn is from making mistakes and failure. Failure is the key to success. As long as you continue to learn from those failures and picking yourself up and growing, you will get better in whatever trade that you decide to go in, especially in construction. There's room for mistakes, but at the same time, you can't make that same mistake over and over again. You got to continue to learn and grow from it. So I appreciate that there, Dre. Would you say that's one of the biggest challenges of not having an abundance of mentors right now?
yeah,
Those that are 20, 30 years in the industry, not willing to give back and provide, that free game of allowing you to learn from their failures so you don't have to make the same mistakes.
yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges for sure. Like you gotta like learn how to lead because you never know you never know you might be in a position where you have to lead someone else. Like you can be just starting out 6-7 months ago, and they might put somebody right here under you that you might have to teach. So whatever you know, you got to teach them, and you can't just be like staring around and staring off into space and not knowing. You got to be able to learn so you can, show the next generation. So it's not even about age or your experience. It's about what you know from when you started.
Okay, okay. So right now, my question is for you. What's the bigger vision for you within the construction trade? Are you seeing yourself? I know you said you're gonna be a lifer. You're gonna be doing this for a nice bit of time, but you see yourself becoming your own boss, running your own crews, having different sites that you're dealing with, from building houses, apartment buildings, senior living facilities, warehouses. What do you see for yourself in the long run?
That's the plan. That's the plan. I know a few people with their own company right now. They're like, they branched off. It's not big right now, but they working on it. But yeah, I see myself like owning my own construction company. Like first off, I wanted to get a bobcat or something, a skid steer. Like do some grading, you know, like do start out small. But in the long run, I'm planning on it.
Okay, okay, okay. So I see big. See, you stand true to that. Your handle on TikTok, CEO Dre Moore. So I see
Yeah.
that you have that boss mentality in you already. So okay. Well, Minnie, I'm gonna pitch it back over to you. I know you still got some more questions for Dre.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, if you had your company and you had to hire someone, what are the things you're looking for? Like, what would be the thing that would make you hire someone?
um, drive. You gotta have the drive. So if you are a lazy person and you don't really like to work hard, or you think you're gonna take the easy way out, I'm not dealing with it. So you gotta have motivation. You gotta be willing to learn, and you gotta just, you gotta have a purpose. So yeah. So if I want to hire somebody, they're gonna have to show me that they want to be there.
Okay, okay. Now, my question is for you. When you do get your construction company right now, as long as the person has that drive and they got the motivation, because I know you have motivation, like you stated earlier, your father as well, and that's a big motivation. Generating generational wealth and building this company will help you build generational wealth to whereas you'll be able to pass this on to your seeds. Are you looking for individuals that have that type of motivation that may not necessarily have training? Would you be willing to bring on the new generation and train them up to whereas you can pretty much mold and form, the employees that best work for you?
Yeah, yeah. That's some of the best people too to hire. Like the people that don't know, it's some of the best people to hire because you can show them everything. You don't know what the previous person taught them, and it's like so many ways to do certain stuff. To like sometimes it be right, sometimes it don't. So if you get them fresh, it's the best way because you can teach them everything that you know, other than rather than the way other people know it. It might not be right, or they might be missing something. So yeah, I'm willing to hire people that's like fresh, that's willing to start. As long as they got that drive.
All right, hey, so folks, you heard it first. So when Dre starts hiring, he will be on the preview platform, and he's looking for those that are motivated. So we will stay in touch with Dre as he goes through his journey, and once he has his doors open, like you said, he's only looking for those that are driven, motivated, and willing to learn on the journey. So outside of that, man, I know that you're also a hell of a content creator. How can your content creation for those that are looking, how can what do you feel like this can feed into their day-to-day, their everyday work? Someone on a construction job site, how can they merge the two to whereas they can benefit from both? Because from the looks of it, you're also generating some revenue from content creating as well. So how can one be able to take advantage of that also?
You gotta find a loophole. You gotta find a loophole around everything. So it depends on your job too. So like if you can't like really be on your phone, it's gonna be hard. But if like you got like little breaks or whatever, it's okay to just walk around the job site and get a little footage and post it here and there. Like I post reels on Instagram more than I do on TikTok, but it's because I be busy sometimes. So you gotta find little loopholes for real. So if you want to record at work, you gotta just find a way where you can do that without getting in trouble and still do your job.
Okay, okay. Now my question right now, because I know most folks is like he's talked about the pay, he's talked about the pros and cons. What's the day to day like? What type of hours? Because I heard you got to work hard. What type of hours are we talking? Are you talking 14-hour days, 16-hour days? What are those days like for you?
Uh, it's like 8 hours days, but sometimes you might have to work like 9 hours depending on what you're doing. Like if you're on the roof right now with the crane, you're not getting a lunch break, and you got to be prepared to stay till you finish.
So you
So
hear that, folks? You got to have that canteen with you on that roof.
yeah, like I mean, we usually work 40 hours, but sometimes they give us option to work Saturdays, or like you might have someone like a friend needs to work that you can work on a Saturday and do side job with or something like that. So you'll get your
Okay,
hours as long as the weather right.
okay. Now, do you feel like these skills that you've learned within construction thus far, you're able to also now transfer those in the other areas of, your interests? Because like I said, you do content creation. How has, some of the core beliefs and, disciplines and things of that nature that you were able to cultivate from construction has fed over into your other ventures, like your graphic design, your clothing line? How, what are some of those good features that you were able to take from construction and then apply to life?
Mm, foundation, like just building from the ground up, made me realize that like everything is start from zero. So if you want something, you gotta work your way up to the top. I'll just start built already. You gotta just put the effort into it. So with graphic design, I was doing that before I did construction. But I realized that if I want to be the best, I gotta keep going. Like it ain't just gonna stop here. Like even though I can't do it full time, I could do it when I do have the time. Like when I get off work, I can do that. And like with life, construction helped me a lot because it keep you out the way. you always gonna stay busy when you're doing construction. You don't have a lot of time to, slack. You got to keep on. You're gonna stay busy all the time. Somebody always needs something built. You're never gonna have free time to do unnecessary things. So when I do get time, I enjoy it.
Okay, okay, okay. So for those, because I'm from Washington D.C. originally, so for young inner city youth coming from, the type of environments that we come from, this is a great opportunity, great industry to break into if you're looking to go ahead and expand your horizon. But at the same time, stay out the way, stay out of trouble, and really build something that you can look back 10 years on and be proud of. Would you say?
Yep, yep. Cause I ain't even
Okay,
been there
okay.
doing it 10 years, and it changed my life the way I used to live. Like it changed my life because I get to do more stuff. Like you have more now. Like you can save more money. You can buy more like better stuff now. Like it's better paying jobs. You know, you get to build your own city up, so it make you feel good about that. And then it's just like it's something that everybody want to do. Like with me posting and stuff, people always ask me how do I get into it, and they be like, you built that? I be like, yeah. So you know, it's important. It's something important that we do. We do some important stuff.
Hey, hey, and somebody needed to hear that, especially from someone doing it on a day-to-day basis. As some young kid right now that's contemplating on what to do. He may be, from the other side of the tracks, whereas life is pretty hectic, and he's looking for that outlet. And this could be a constructive outlet for him to really build a future that he can be proud of. Or they may be contemplating on, should I go to college and take out a ton of debt and not know whether I'm going to really be able to break into my career field. Now I see that it's an option, whereas I can hop into the real world, gain a skill, build on it, and still make some money without having to struggle day to day. So, okay, okay. Well, Minnie,
Yeah.
before I close it out today, I want you to go ahead. If you have any additional questions for Dre, I want to make sure that we get them all out. Because he's providing us gems right now. So, folks, if you're listening, this is free game. You need to be able to tap in and really see, because what we're doing at this moment in time, we want to paint pictures outside of what the norm is. And blue collar careers at this moment in time are definitely needed. Because, like I tell people, what are you going to do when the lights go out, the water start running, the internet goes down, roofs fall out? If you don't know how to do any of that, you're going to be waiting for someone like Dre to come through and fix it for you. So,
Yeah, I do have one couple of questions. One thing is, how is the industry right now in terms of hiring? Are there opportunities? Are people looking is there talent deficit or surplus, or how's the industry like? Are there a lot of open positions?
Uh, it's a little it's 50-50. Sometimes it depends on your skill level. Sometimes you could just come in there, outwork the next person. Just because you got the skills don't mean that you got the work, like the work ethic for it. So you got people that's higher up who don't want to do anything anymore. They want somebody else under them to do all the work. But it's really about how how passionate you are about your job. So, if you get into it and you like it, you're gonna keep on doing it. And if you're willing to learn, you're gonna get better. So, it ain't about the talent. It's all about the motivation that you got for it and what you
okay.
want for yourself in the long run.
Okay. Okay. So would you say it's a lot of like right now, just based off out of East St. Louis, working in Illinois as well as in Missouri, is there a lot of opportunity right now for someone starting out? I may have a little bit of skills. I may, worked a little bit with my hands, did this and that. I may have been a maintenance technician or handyman or some of that nature, and I want to break into construction. Is there opportunities right now that are just sitting open?
Yes, yes. There's a lot of opportunities, stuff being built every day. And if you want to get into it, you ain't gotta have no experience. Come work with me. I'm gonna show you everything you need to know. You ain't gotta have no skill. Just
All right,
have that
folks.
work ethic.
All right, folks. So you hear that? If you're out in East St. Louis right now, out in the Illinois and Missouri area, please tap in with Dre. Like he said, if you got the willpower, you got the motivation and the drive, He'll show you, starting out with
Yeah.
no skills. And this is what we're all about. We're all about opening up these opportunities to those that are looking for something outside the norms. I know you don't want to have to work at Walmart. I know you don't want to have to work at a fast food chain. If you want to make some real money, have a real career, these are opportunities outside of tech, outside of, the norms of going to be a doctor, a lawyer. These are the, careers that build and keep society running. If it wasn't for individuals like Dre, we wouldn't be able to go to a hospital and see a doctor. We wouldn't be able to go, to the mall and shop and spend money, things of that nature. This is a very key, influential industry, and it has the ability to really change your life if you're into it. So if you're out there in the area right now, in East St. Louis, out in Illinois, tap in with my man. He's gonna go ahead and at least be able to point you in the right direction of how to break into the field and go from there. But I know many of you had some more questions before we go. One last question before I go ahead and close it out.
So, I'm very curious about the graphic design. Have you like merged graphic design and construction together somehow?
Um, you get the image for it. Like looking at blueprints and everything, you see like houses and everything, how it's supposed to look when they get finished. You get like you get the vision. So sometimes I be thinking about like I'm gonna put a house right here. Like if somebody asks me for a song cover, I'm gonna put a house right here. I'm gonna put a car right here. I'm gonna put some more houses in the back, and I'm gonna put you in the front of the song cover, the album cover, whatever they want. And it just give me the vision. I don't know. It's just like it opened my creative side up just by like looking at
Exactly.
blueprints. Yeah, like on my back of my shirt, I have like a couple of my project I worked on before.
So there is a lot of creative opportunities as well. Like you can create your own construction, using graphic
Yeah,
design and then sell it off as well. Cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I like I like being creative.
Okay. To see, folks, I'm telling you, you can merge your hobbies, your passions into a real career, and you're gonna be able to pull from it. It's so much that these opportunities offer, to whereas it's going to provide you with skills that are transferable, to whereas you can do the things that you truly love. So, like going out and really, if you want to be a graphic designer like Dre, go look at them blueprints. If you're out there on the construction site, it's the thing you can pull from life every day and then apply that to the thing that you love as well. But with that being said, Dre, you've dropped a lot of gems on us today, and brother, I
Oh,
truly appreciate it. For the listeners, you heard them today. It's been, motivation, willpower, drive, and ambition to continue to want to go. And if you have those things, you can do this, and you can do this industry. You can break into construction, and then at the same time, long as are hard working, you have some type of work ethic. I know it's plenty of people right now working hard at Amazon. And if they're working hard at Amazon, busting a sweat there, they can definitely come out there and sling a hammer or use a nail gun and still make a better quality of living. So,
yeah.
with that being said, brother,
One,
I appreciate you dropping those gems.
oh yeah,
But
one more
last bit
thing.
of wisdom. Yeah, what's
One
the
more
final
thing.
word of wisdom?
Uh, you don't need to go to college, man. You can make 100K a year doing this. You just gotta have the drive for it. You gotta just push. And then we got like good pay too. We got insurance, we got pensions, we got like doctors and everything. We got our own doctors, our own dentists. You got insurance, you got good benefits. Like a lot of jobs don't provide that, or you got to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it through the union. Just join the union, pay a union dues every month. $26 a month is what I pay for union dues for me to work my work card, and I get free insurance and all this stuff. It don't get took out my check or nothing. My company pay for it. So if you want to get into insurance, if you want to get into construction, you got a family or whatever, add your spouse on there, add your kids on there. It cover them. Like it's a lot of benefits to it other than just the money too. And you can work anywhere in the world. You don't have to be in Illinois. You can be in Texas or Florida or wherever you want to be at. They always building something. So you can have a job regardless of wherever you go. And you can always transfer. You can work out of town, do per diem, whatever you want to do. You got to be in one area, bro. It's like, it's versatile. You can do anything you want to do. You just got to take the opportunity that's given to you.
All right, folks, you hear that? You hear that? You don't have to
Yeah.
just be in East St. Louis. You don't have to be in Washington, D.C. You don't need to be in Arizona. If you want to travel the world and do this, it's something getting built every day, like he stated. And you can go see the world and make good money and take care of home. Have insurance. I will definitely tell everyone listening, if you're interested in cracking to any one of these trades, whether it be construction, whether it be carpentry, electrician, you want to become an electrician, a plumber, go sit down at your, look up your local union, tap in with them, and see exactly how you can go ahead and get started in this, these lines of work, and then pretty much just take it from there. But with that being said, man, you've dropped a lot of gems and provided our audience. I'm hoping you guys are listening and taking notes. So if you're listening and taking notes, please, like I said, go ahead, take action today. And at the same time, once you do take action, I want you to come back, leave us a comment and review. Tap in with my man Dre Moore on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And man, I tell you, we're gonna be dropping all his, social media handles. It will be below the captions in the comments, and I want you to tap in with him. With that being said, to all the listeners now, at this moment in time, I do want you to go ahead. I encourage everyone to go ahead and head over to Previewed.Careers. If you're looking to break into one of these industries, sign up, join our wait list. In a few more coming months and weeks, our platform will be live and ready for you to be able to break into these lines of professions, but at the same time, have the ability to continue to upskill. To whereas now on your free time, you can learn this from the comforts of your home. Go to the site, apply what you learned, and continue to grow. And but you all have to know you have to start at the ground level and work your way up. But with that being said, it's been an amazing episode of Future Proof Careers on the Couch with Preview with myself and Minnie and Dre. Like I said, man, I appreciate you, brother. With that being stated, any last words that you want to leave with the people, just to go ahead and plug in everything else that you're doing, just to make sure that it may be a listener out there that may want to just connect with you because you gave them so much free game today.
Oh man, if you young out here and ain't doing that with your life, bro, I advise you to just turn your life around. Get on the right track, do what you gonna do, but keep it to a minimum. And then ain't nothing out here for you, bro. Ain't nothing in these streets. Get you a career. Get you a family. Whatever, build you a family if you ain't got one already, and just stay out the way, stay positive, stay on the right track, and do something with your life. Because there's so much of the world to see other than where you at right now.
Hey man, I couldn't say it any better than that, brother. So with that being said, Minnie, any last words for our audience that you want to share with them?
Yeah, thank you, Dre. I think this was a wonderful conversation. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of people take up on that and join, the trades. Thank you, Dre.
No problem.
All right, guys, tune in to next time here, Future Proof on the Couch with Preview. I see you guys on the next episode. You guys, peace out.